All right, welcome to a new episode of the weekly dev stream. Um, Today's stream won't be that long because today in Germany is a public holiday. It hasn't been a working. I was working today, but everyone else wasn't. So yesterday night was obviously a good opportunity to have a drink or two, and I did have more than two, and I'm a bit hungover, and I don't think I'll last through hours of dev streaming. But I thought I'll be here at least for an hour and tell you a bit about the progress that I've made in the last few days. I'll definitely play a match or two. But yeah, today is not gonna be as long. I'm kind of exhausted because of yesterday evening. So what has happened on the Coregrounds? The last the last month was actually a pretty good one on the Coregrounds. A lot of matches have been played. A lot of new players found their way onto the Coregrounds. Obviously, we had a huge success with showing Coregrounds on during the Berlin Games Week, and it's nice to see that even though we have some problems with Coregrounds in terms of the onboarding process, the UI, which isn't intuitive for new players, it's cool to see that there's new players coming in every day, and there's players, even with all those hurdles they have to jump before they actually get into the game. They still manage to and find their way in. And I think once we're gonna have those changes live to a better onboarding process, an in-game tutorial, a better UI and UX, I think Coregrounds is gonna skyrocket in terms of keeping players happy, and it's I'm looking forward to a few weeks or months of heavy work and development, but I think it will be worth it in the end. It's actually it's right now it's a bit of a tough situation because what I've started to do in terms of the development, I don't know if I mentioned that last week. By the way, Simon can't be here today. He says hi. He's away on family business. But I don't know if we talked about it last time, but I'll give you a short update what exactly I'm currently doing in terms of the development. I am working on a client, a new client. The thing is, at the moment, Coregrounds is sort of it is a game, but it also is a website. It kind of is both. You have the play page where you play the actual game, but you have a lot of things that are on the website around it. And that way, Coregrounds doesn't work as a standalone app, be it on Steam, be it on the app stores, things like that. Stream's lagging. Okay, that is too bad. Maybe I'll. Thanks for the info, by the way. I'll turn down the quality a bit. That should do the trick. Should be less laggy now, or at least in a few seconds. So where was I? The development. I'm working on a new client that is doing a few things at once. First of all, it's gonna include all the things that at the moment are on the website, into the game itself. So you have an actual game which you start and don't have to jump around a web page. That will make it possible to easily deploy Coregrounds to Android and iOS and Steam and stuff like that. And once we have we have that, it will be so much easier to grow Coregrounds to the size it actually should be. Because I think at the moment, not everyone likes to play games in their browser. People should have all the possibilities they want to play the game. And with the new client, I will be able to do exactly that. I'm sort of slowly preparing the launch to Steam and the different platforms. That's the good news. The bad news is this is going to take some time, because basically what I'm doing is I'm taking all the code and I'm rewriting it from scratch. Of course, I'm able to reuse a lot of it, but the basic architecture, the basic app itself is redesigned from scratch. It has to be. So the bad news is it's gonna take a little while until we finally get there. I can tell you as much. It's gonna be awesome. We have so many good ideas. During the Games Week, we had that topic last week. During the Games Week, we got so much good feedback on the game. People were loving the game, the gameplay itself, but were not exactly loving the graphics. They thought graphics were a bit stale and not lively enough. And people said that they didn't love the user interface. But since the Games Week, which is 2 or 3 weeks ago, during all that time we've been working on new user interface concepts. We've gathered ideas in terms of spicing and juicing up the game, and we have so many cool ideas. All these tiny little details that are gonna come. We also already started developing that. A very nice example for it is the walls. Currently, all walls look the same, but we'll have skins in Coregrounds later this year. And of course, walls will have skins too. So right now in Coregrounds, I'll casually, maybe I'll see if someone is playing a match right now. Maybe I can spectate. Okay, they aren't. So I'll just quickly do a bot match so I'm able to explain a bit what's gonna come. Walls at the moment have this HP bar right below the top, which perfectly does work for these kinds of walls. But once we add, for example, round walls to the game as a wall skin, that's not going to work anymore. It's going to look weird. And also, I mean, if you've followed the development, you know that I'm always working on reducing visual clutter, to make the game to make it possible for players to immediately see what is going on the screen at any given time. And that is much easier the less redundant information you have on the screen. For example, if you have 30 walls, all with a full health bar, that health bar doesn't tell you anything. It's unnecessary. Yeah. Hi guys. Coming back to the walls. So what we wanted to do, what we were thinking about, we should, on the one hand, remove those health bars from from walls, and also, so we're open to different kinds of wall shapes. So the HP bar doesn't restrict us in the shapes we want to add in terms of wall skins. And we came up with the idea that we could display the wall health differently by changing the way a wall looks when it's taking damage. So you'll, instead of a wall which always looks the same and has a health bar going down, you will have the wall itself showing the damage. You will have little cracks and holes in the wall, and it's gonna slowly crumble until it dies. This is something that not only looks cooler because the screen is going to be more diverse and more lively, because you've got different kinds of wall destruction stages showing on the map. It also reduces visual clutter, because you don't have all these tiny little health bars that don't give you extra information. And this is just one of many examples we've already of ideas we already have to make the game more juicy. You have to be guessing a bit how much health a wall has left, and I mean we've been actually thinking about that a lot. Is this a good idea? Should we? Yeah. We're actually also taking information away from the player. Right now, you have a health bar, and it tells you exactly how much health a wall has left. If we're probably gonna add 5 destruction stages, so you'll not be able to guess as perfectly how much health a wall has left. That might be a problem. We've been thinking about whether this is too much of a problem or not, but currently we're thinking that it probably is going to work out. Because walls anyway are a bit different to guess because of the armor bonus they get. A quarter health bar on a wall doesn't mean a quarter health bar for every single wall. It might differ anyway. So in the end, I don't think that's gonna be a huge problem. Yeah, I'm gonna check later if I can show you these quickly. I've worked on the different destruction stages. I don't know. It's kind of difficult to get these on screen because I have it all set up for the browser, and I'll have to check if that actually works. I'd love to show you these, but maybe I'll post a screenshot later on Twitter, so you'll be able to see it. Anyway, you'll see it. I'm looking forward to bring you all these changes, but as I said, it's gonna take some time. It's the other thing the new client is also bringing. As you know, we're sneakily developing a new game server that is much more stable and much more performant, and allow the game to scale much better. But the thing is, in the last months I've been developing 2 clients, the live system, the one for the new server, and that is just wasting so much time, and I need to have more time for Coregrounds anyways, so I figured it would make sense to make a client that can handle both. That is something I'm doing right now, and of course, it will save time in the long term, but right now it's actually eating up a lot of time until we can actually continue developing and actually bring you features instead of working on the basic architecture of the client. So what I basically want to say with that is stay tuned. There's so much cool stuff coming, but it will take a while before it finally hits. Comments. Yeah, maybe it would. We have a comment here that says that those different destruction stages on walls might look annoying if you have different stages all over the map. I actually don't think so. It might, yeah. It's a risk, but I'm sure we will do it in a way that it won't be annoying. It might be, but if so, we'll fine-tune it. Also, what's going to change is this grid that you have at the moment, which looks exactly like the walls, isn't going to work with, for example, a round wall skin. So this is going to go away and be replaced by something more subtle. And I think overall, I mean, it's sort of part of a bigger picture, and the bigger picture we have in mind right now definitely works. We're sure of that, and it's only going to be fine-tuning that's going to be necessary to make it work. I'm not worried that it actually will be a problem at any time. Serious, realistically. So another comment, yeah. It's actually relating to the confusion, the visual confusion that those wall destruction stages might add. But okay, there's a comment concerning the explosion ability, the explode ability. It's saying that it says that it should have the delay removed and less damage. We've been mentioning that several times. We'll definitely work on the explodability, but the delay is definitely not going to go away. That's going to definitely stay because that is actually something that basically every single ability, spell, whatever is going to get if it's added to the game for a very easy reason. It makes counterplay possible, even if it's just a second. It lets you react, and it lets you realize what exactly is happening on the map, which is a good thing. And what is not a good thing is that the AI is actually kicking my ass right now. I'll have to quickly concentrate on not terribly losing that one. Did the AI actually... it has a tower. I should have just kept these towers in farming range and should have farmed those minions instead of moving them around senselessly. Yeah, well, that's gonna go. Goodbye, Hammerhead. I think I'm gonna have to work with the sniper here. I don't know if it has enough wave clear to fight off 4 different minions. One of it being the splitter, but I have some cool minions. Maybe they'll do the trick. All right. Yeah, we've talked about walls. We've talked about many other little changes that are going to come. And the current state of the development. In terms of time, it's really hard to estimate right now. We have about, let's say, 2 to 3 months until the new server hits, I said last week that it's going to be at least 4 weeks until we have the big UI UX tutorial and graphics patch. 4 weeks might be a bit optimistic because yeah, maybe we'll not do all of these changes at once, but start with a few basic important ones, like reworking the factory interface. Actually, I'm not sure if we talked about that last time, but we have a very cool idea of reworking this. Right now, if you select a factory, if you select a tower or a minion factory, it shows this on-map overlay. Yeah, you've got some opacity, you can see what's going on beside it, below it, but it's still, it's visually confusing. And we've come up with the idea that once we select one of these factories, this whole user interface bar is going to change into a different version of this. You'll have the upgrades buttons, of course, around here. You'll have the target selection. You'll have a spawn button here for minions, for example, and we'll remove all of these double actions. For example, a lot of the players we've seen at Games Week, they actually to move a tower, they did like select factory, click the move button, then move the tower, and yeah, that's just I mean that's an extra click we can save. You don't need that. For example, if you would after that UX update select a tower factory, you would this whole bar would be replaced with everything that's here and more. And you'll be immediately in the build or move mode. So saving you an extra click. Of course, we experienced players have realized by now that you can click a tower, for example, to immediately move it. Yeah, new players don't necessarily know that. And they, with a different UI, they will, oh, what the fuck happened? I obviously I'm not apt for multitasking. I can't do I can't play and talk at the same time. I mean, if you've watched me in the past, you've noticed me. If I play, I get very quiet. I just can't do several things at once. Yeah. Anyway, I'll go back to the talking then, because I think that's more important now. Yeah, the new user interface for your units definitely is a big thing that's going to be coming, and we're looking forward to that a lot. What you also can expect is all kinds of tiny, juicy animations and more tiny little feedback thingies. Right now, we agree with much of the feedback we got at Games Week, that the game feels a bit stale, and adding a little juice to it won't hurt at all. It won't change much. It will just feel a little better to use it and to play it. Yeah. Maybe I'll see if I can quickly show you these wall destruction stages. Do you see that right now? Yeah, you do. So this, for example, would be one of the first destruction stage in the for the walls. Obviously, for that, this would be the next one. Turning into this, turning into this, and turning into this. And suddenly, yeah, like that's, you can see it evolve. More damage, more damage, more damage, and it's gonna be gone. I think this is a very good idea to reduce visual clutter and make some room for improvement in terms of new skins or any other kind of development. We got to know from the comments what exactly do you mean? What do you disagree with? You're against the visual change on the walls? I'm curious for your feedback. Please share whatever you have in mind. Also, as always, I want to mention, since this weekly dev stream is a new thing, we're doing that. Oh yeah, soon TM. I'll quit soon. And if you do not smoke, don't ever start. It's tough to get away from. Anyway, back to topic. As this format of the weekly dev stream is kind of new. Yeah, well, by the way, I'll join the rank queue if someone wants to play. Just go ahead and join and challenge me. Beat the dev. Back to topic. If you have any ideas for the dev stream, if you that is, I'll come back to that. That is actually a very nice idea, an interesting idea in the comments here. Knappe said that he thinks it's a good idea to have little cracks on the walls. That is something I've tried to do, and when I tried both. That version you just saw with the wall getting smaller and having cracks like that in it, and having parts missing off it, sort of looks better. And it also, another thing that is gonna come one day, I mean, you see it now, it's a few months back, this was all solid color, solid dark gray. And right now we have sort of a gradient here, which makes the game feel a little more lively. And there's, below the whole game, there's a kind of transparency. And you might be able to add backgrounds, your own custom backgrounds one day. For example, if you are a streamer and want to do Let's Plays, you could sort of integrate your overlay into the game and make your own backgrounds. And with things like that, it's sort of hard to integrate something like a tiny crack, like a blackish line on the wall, because that wouldn't interact nicely with things below the Coregrounds. That is just a minor point, though. I've tried both, and I think the wall having missing parts looks better than having the same shape always and just having cracks in it. It doesn't look as lively. But yeah, that also would be, for example, if we notice that the wall's missing parts and getting smaller would look weird in the end, we would of course we'd change that and try to find a better way. And the cracks always will be an idea, and yeah, we'll see what we'll do in the end. I was telling though, the dev stream, the weekly dev stream is new, and I think it's a very cool thing to keep you updated, because especially in a situation like right now when we're working on a huge patch and a huge upgrade, which is basically preparing all the next upgrades that are gonna come later this year, and it's gonna be a big preparation patch actually, where a lot of work will be done that you don't necessarily see at once, but will make all the later stages much easier. I think it's good to have a regular update on how things are going, because at the moment it might feel for someone who's new, it might feel like there's not a lot going on the Coregrounds in terms of development, but there definitely is. So the format itself is very cool, but also we're kind of open to evolving the format. We have different ideas. We thought last week we talked about adding some kind of show matches. If anyone wants to display their skills on the official stream, you're very welcome to. If you want to do it best of 3, best of 5, get a few extra coins and a chance to beat the dev, for example, we're very welcome to do so. On the other hand, that's only one idea of and only one thing we can do of potentially very many. We could do so much during the stream, and if you have any ideas, if there's something you definitely want to talk about, if there's questions you have, don't hesitate. Send us everything. We'll try to make it work and try to integrate your feedback and your ideas into the dev stream as well. Yeah. All right. I gave you a little overview of what's happened on the Coregrounds, what the plans are for the next weeks. And I'd like to play a match. If no one is wanting to play with me right now, they're all scared, I'll do another one against the AI. I'll give it another minute maybe. But if no one wants to show my skills against the AI, this time I'm gonna win. Because that is something that shouldn't be happening. By the way, games like this are the reason my statistic against my statistic in casual matches is so bad. Because I've been doing a lot of these kind of matches. I was talking too much or not really concentrated for other reasons, I don't know. So here we are again, and this time I am going to I'll challenge myself to a game of towers only. I will go, no, that was horrible. I wanted to pick that. I forgot I'm in the ban phase. All right, I'll ban that. Okay, towers only, and I'm going with this one first. Towers only is very hard to pull off because it's so hard to keep track of the minion line and to not get overwhelmed by minions rushing past your towers. I'll go full on. Maybe should I pick the healer? Or if I have so many towers, I think the healer probably is a good idea. Anyway, stun is. I think I've picked stun in the last 100 games I've played. For me, it's pick up and tier. It's so powerful. Even after the nerf, it will probably get another nerf and still will be powerful. That was very interesting last week when we've talked about the units that might be in the next patch, as it's going to be a big patch. Hey there, Rebecca. If you're new to the Coregrounds, don't hesitate to ask any questions. I'll gladly explain a bit about the game as I go. So Coregrounds is a game I and two others are developing. It's a multiplayer game. and a good friend of mine recently dubbed it tower defense for the esports generation. What you're seeing right now is I'm in the pick phase, which takes place before every match. During the pick phase, I pick my units and my opponent picks its units, and then we're into the actual match, which will be happening in a few seconds now. So this is the game. These are the core grounds. This is my core, which I'm going to have to defend, and this is the enemy core, which I will be trying to destroy. I will build a few towers. Right now in this game, I don't have any minions, and I'm being rushed. Oh, that's bad news. I don't have any minions, but usually you have a combination of towers and minions. Minions you send and they'll automatically walk to the enemy core. And apart from building your units, ooh, this one is gonna not die. Ah, I was lucky. Apart from building towers and spawning minions, here we see the first minion, you can also upgrade your units, which does make a lot of sense to get better than your opponents, and to have an advantage in the mid to late game. So Coregrounds is at the moment playable in browsers. It will be coming to Steam, iOS, Android. Will have proper apps soon. Currently, we're working on a new client that sort of brings the game out of browsers into a standalone version. And right now, I am in trouble defending against those minions and the push from the towers. That is tough stuff. I'm under a lot of pressure. I challenged myself to a game without minions, which is very hard because you usually have to it's a lot easier to defend against enemy minions coming in if you have no, that was gonna die. It is dead. Oh no. Might have been too tough a challenge. It looks like I'm not going to be able to make it. I need an upgrade on the healing there. No. That is an interesting challenge. Oh. Damn you, AI upgrade. I think this is gonna be it. Oh, and I lost. Ooh. I would have expected to do. I fucked up the wall building, to be honest. I'll definitely try that again. All right. Now I remember ban phase. I don't pick a tower now. Because I want to play all towers. And here we go. Why? Ah, he banned the lightning. Ah, that is annoying. Ah, I wanted that one. Again, this one is gonna go for minions, obviously. I'll need some AoE, massive AoE damage. And I think I'll have that Boom Blaster, Radiator, and Shuriken. Oh, that's gonna be enough. This time I'll have to be way more careful with Explode is probably nice against the minions, with the way I set up my walls. Because I think that was what made me lose my last game. This kind of strategy probably will be sending all these minions and upgrading that one in the back, so I won't have to defend both minion and tower push in the early game. Alright. Now a few upgrades. And here we go. Nice. Okay, this time I have an almost perfect setup in terms of walls. There's nothing that's gonna come through here. A bit of range on this one, a bit of range on that one. Move the one here, attack speed on this one. And this one needs more bounces to be able to put up more damage in the area of effect. Oh, why do I have walls coming in already here? Oh, okay. Already? Okay. I definitely need some wave clear down there. So that wall build sort of, these walls here hurt the wall build I wanted to do. This one's gonna be upgraded a lot further before it's gonna get used. Oh, this is not perfect. This one is gonna be down. It's got to go here. Oh, I definitely could have used a heal spell here. Oh, that was a nice explode though. So my towers definitely need a lot of experience, so I'm gonna try to get them to farm up on these minions while oh, and here we have a stun, so my Boom Blaster can deal a shitload of damage. This one already can shoot over 2 tiles, so I can position it better, I think. Oh, Mothership looks like it's not coming through. Oh, that Boom Blaster needs more damage. Ah, I can't upgrade the damage though. Oh, look at that push, so many minions. I have good idea to upgrade the Boom Blaster here. It's gonna die before it even finishes that upgrade, as well as my sniper, it seems. Oh, it's gone already. And I explode here. I just need to survive a little bit longer here. Yeah, this one might be useful for defending that push if it gets more range, so I can put it here or so. Okay, now I'm gonna stun these, put the frenzy here, and this one is gonna clear them all. Okay, when will I do it? Now I'll do it. And action! Just don't die, Boom Blaster. Kill them, kill them, kill them all! Yep, that looks good. This one needs more damage. I'll have to be careful to only upgrade one tower at a time. Yeah, the Boom Blast is starting to do work. But I'm taking a lot of damage on my core. I have to... this might be too hard. I might not be able to make it. I think that one has to be over there to catch the ones that come through. Alright. This one needs more regeneration. This one needs to do more damage. I have to put the sniper here too. So I have the AoE ones at the front and the single target killers in the back line. Die! Ah! Ew. Radiator, don't die! Don't die! Why is it lagging? I seem to have killed stuff. I need so much damage down. Oh, look at that. 2 hammerlings shooting on the boom blaster, and it's almost lost half of its health. Yeah, slowly but steadily it's getting strong now. It's level 5 only though. It's the phaser actually. It's getting stuff done. And maybe it'll explode here. And save this one. Yes, it didn't die. Perfect. An upgrade. Okay, so now I have only 1 AoE tower at work, but at the moment it looks like I'm doing quite well. Moving the single target towers to the backline was probably the best idea. And all the stun here will make the shuriken deal a lot more damage. Go, 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 go! Destroy them all! This is gonna be my late game unit. This is gonna wreck everything in the late game. Oh no, now it's starting with a minion limit already. But I'll have something against that soon. Ah, there you go. Ah, now the boom blast, look at that. Now that it's doing enough damage to kill walls, it's gonna level so quickly. Level 7 now, it's gonna be a lot more soonish. Do have to... I would have needed some kind of healing. I would have been fine with less damage but more healing. I think I could have left towers standing there a lot longer that way. Okay. The core is already 40% back to 40% HP. And counting, so I think I'm over the zenith. I think it's just against minion heavy builds like that, it's just the first couple of minutes you have to survive, and once you've done that, you're in a good spot for the rest of the game. I do lose a lot of walls, which is also leveling the enemy minions, but I think for now... Ah, pity that one doesn't have enough range yet. But you can already see what this one is gonna do soonish. Look at that damage and look at the HP. Here, it's leveling so fast. Oh, but now I seem to have company, and I can't afford a trade like that right now. Okay, so I'll move in with my towers. I'm ready for a tower fight. And I think this one I'll easily win. Let's get ready to move in. I'm gonna move all my towers at once. Here we go. This is gonna die so quickly. Yep. Here we go. Yep. I think I have won this game now. It should. He should have no chance. By now my turrets are leveled far enough. The health of my Boom Blaster is not perfect, but by now, as my single target towers are that far up, they should be able to kill things very quickly. And here you go. A little stun. And look at that damage. Ah, killing so many walls. Just a minute ago, that one was level 5. Now it's level 8 already. Bam! I love that tower. Ah, that was stupid. Ah, perfect. That one needs more damage. And here we go. This is... Now I'm already starting to push. Sure, might have been a bit early though. I'll try again. I can retreat it. And even so, even if it doesn't kill that one, it's doing so much damage and clearing so many walls at the same time. Ew, he's advancing faster. Yeah, but say hello to my Boom Blaster, look at that. By now it's almost fully regenerated. Now let's clear those walls up there. Oh, insane range already on my towers. Ah, the phase is level 15 already. Doesn't make sense. And I'm ready for another tower fight. Yeah, he's coming. Oh, dead already. Wouldn't even have needed the frenzy. Fine by me. And now I'm gonna advance all my troops. Kill this repeater here, which is taking a minute to build. Too bad that you gave me so much map control. Yeah, but it makes sense. 5 towers will give you map control, even though it's hard to play in the other game. Oh, this is weird. 30 seconds of damage and it's not even close to being... Ah, I can help it there with a little explosion. And now I need my shuriken for some crazy AoE damage. So the minion line gets stopped here and I can move the rest of my towers in. I'll quickly change those two so I can get some walls at the same time. that one is gonna have to go back to defend. It would be a pity to lose the game now because I was too aggressive. But I think that one wave that got through probably won't be enough to kill me. Yeah, look at that AoE damage. Now the minions won't be able to leave the base anymore. Little explode here. Got them all. Yeah. Do damage to my core, I don't mind. The mothership does a shitload of damage, but I'm okay. I won! Yay! Challenge accepted. Challenge 1. Yay, monies, give me monies. Yeah, but anyway, I think today has been as I said before, I'm very tired now because I'm a bit hungover from yesterday night, and I think for today I'll call it a night. But we've covered some cool stuff. I told you about some new ideas we have. We've talked about this wall destruction, these wall destruction stages. We've talked about the pet that's coming up, the current development. You've seen me fail against the AI twice, and you've seen me complete my personal challenge for today. Next week's probably gonna be a bit bigger again, and I'm looking forward to that. I hope you're too. If you have any suggestions, go ahead, shoot. Tell us your ideas. Tell us if you want to do a showmatch, if you want to try to beat the dev. You're very welcome to do so, at least to try so. Yeah, and I guess I'll see you guys next Thursday at 9 p.m. CET. Until then, enjoy your night, have fun on the Coregrounds, and see you soon, mates. Goodbye.